everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, on day 2 of isolation, which for the rest of you is Sunday evening. How has your weekend been? Have you enjoyed the sunshine and the fresh air? Please say you have, because looking at it from the inside out is not fun, especially when you've had storms every weekend for the last God knows how long. Small update on us. Baby Blue is pretty much the same. She's still got high temperature, still having cowpole and things like that, and this horrible cough which is just continuously going on. She and herself, she's in good spirits. She gets a little bit grumpy, she's a little bit more sensitive than normal, and we do have the other occasion where she'll get a headache or she'll be a bit light sensitive and she'll just want mummy cuddles. So we deal with it as it comes, and bedtime is quite hard because the cough seems to be worse at night time. So bless her, she's just up coughing. I've just given her another batch of cowpole. That'll be it now for a while. I'll probably skip the one in the morning because I don't like to give it to her unless I feel she needs it to relieve symptoms, rather than sort of being regimented to do it every 4 hours like it says. I sort of try to do it when she needs it within that, like after that 4 hour period. Obviously I wouldn't give her 2 in 4 hours. I feel like I've been hit by a bus today. I didn't want to get out of bed. It's that sort of feeling when you've got a bad cold, or when you're like getting the first bits of the flu and you just feel drowsy. No energy. I feel like I've been hit by a bus, and had a bit of a scary moment earlier as well, because I went to take my temperature because I was really, really hot. So I turned all the heating off and I opened the window a bit to get some fresh air in. And although the window had been open for quite some time, Baby Blue's complaining about being cold, but I was still boiling. So I closed the window, got the thermometer and tested myself. But what I forgot was I was using the old thermometer where the battery's going. And it said I had a temperature of 40 degrees, which is quite scary. And I think if I have a temperature of 40 degrees, I have to go to hospital. So I put that one to one side and just got the one that we've been using, the one that's relatively new. And that one, I did 3 tests and they all came back much lower, but still a very high temperature. So popped a couple of paracetamol in, and within sort of 10 minutes, I was back down to a nice sort of level, but still feeling like I've been hit by a bus, headaches and all of that jazz. So it's not been awful, but it's not been a fun day. And I feel like I'm slowly getting a little bit of cabin fever, nothing major. I thought I'd be a lot more lonely than I am, but I'm not, because a lot of people are texting me, which if you have done, thank you so much. It really means a lot. And it's lovely catching up with people, because loads and loads of people are catching up with me because I popped it on social media. So yeah, thank you so much for your well wishes, and thank you so much for just being in contact, because it keeps me connected, if you know what I mean. It means a lot. So cabin fever is on its way. I can feel it, because I'm getting irritated by small things. One of the small things is, it's when I read stuff on social media and it's getting to me like it used to. So I need to take a step back from social media. I've got like a school timetable plan for tomorrow. So I'm going to be setting an alarm. We're going to be getting up. We're going to be having breakfast. Then I've got a few activities planned. I think I've got down, here's my little plan. Let's have a look. So tomorrow we've got breakfast, do our teeth and hair. Being out of routine, I keep forgetting to do like teeth and hair and wash face and all of that. And it gets to lunchtime, I'm like, we haven't brushed our teeth. Let's brush our teeth quick. And yeah, it's silly. So I've got it written down. And then my friend has sent me over this yoga thing, which is on YouTube for children. So we're going to do that, or try that together if we can. I thought that would be fun. That will give us some exercise as well, because we're not walking. Then we're going to make some jelly. We've got some jelly in the fridge, and I think the jelly will help with her throat. So we can have that for pudding later on. Then snack time. Arts and crafts, not sure what arts and crafts yet, but we do have a lot of birthday cards to make, so probably birthday card making. Lunch, gonna have a movie and do puzzles, because she always does stuff while she's watching a movie, so we'll do puzzles in a movie. And then I've put in snacks, and while she has snacks and watches sort of another movie or watches some TV or something, I've I've scheduled in mummy time because that is still very important. Whether you are a single parent or a parent with somebody else, even if you are not a parent, it is always important to get mummy time. And if you are self-isolating, to get time to yourself, it's just going to mean the world. Obviously, if you live alone, you're thinking, well, hang on, I'm going to get time to myself because I'm self-isolating, I'm really alone. But pamper yourself. Give yourself an hour where you sit and you read a good book in the bath, or you do a face mask, or you do your nails, do your makeup, make yourself look beautiful. Do something that's not every day, but that treats you, because it will lift your spirits a bit, and that's what you need when you're just stuck in the same place. And then I've scheduled in dinner, tidy up time, and then bedtime story. On one of the other days, I'm going to sort of schedule in doing housework and things like that as well. So we've got lots we can do. So I'm going to see how that sort of routine works. I hope it will. But so far, she just likes playing on her own, to be honest. She's very good at entertaining herself. Although she has trashed the living room, so that needs sorting out, and it needs a good hoover, which is something she can probably help me out with. So yeah, that's us. That's a bit of an update. It's not been wholly fun. If you saw my Instagram today, I actually did a post about being able to laugh at yourself at times of hardship, let's say, and this is definitely one of those times. We've been playing this game where we sneak up on each other and go boo, or we surprise each other by saying boo, and I've scared her so many times, and it's really amazing how doing that just sort of makes you laugh, and it just keeps you going, and being able to make light of this whole situation, because as necessary as it is, and as awful as it is for some people, it does feel ridiculous at times. And I think there's part of me as well that's getting a little bit annoyed with some of the comedy going around online, because it's not fun if you're in it. There's lots of posts saying things like, you've been isolated for two weeks. The fourth person in this list is the person you're going to be stuck with. How screwed are you? Oh, you've got no toilet roll, by the way, and things like that. And I'm just thinking, it's a bit of fun. I get it. I should just move on from it. But there is part of me that feels the need to say this is actually reality for some of us. And I am self-isolating, but I wouldn't want anybody to be self-isolating that isn't already ill. So, yeah, fun and games. But I'm learning that it is very important to keep a sense of humour, because today I think because I feel like I've been hit by a bus, I feel quite low. And then little things like that are starting to annoy me on social media. Also, Instagram's annoying me because my reach has just disappeared. It's just gone. It's like I post something and it feels like only one person is reading it. So if you don't already, please pop over to Instagram. I'm aka Little Blue. I do blog posts on there quite regularly, and quite often they will tie in with what I'm talking about in the podcast. It won't be exactly the same, but they'll be linked. I also do motivational quotes and just little updates and silly things, and I document things on our stories, so please follow me. It'll be lovely to have you on board, because my biggest aim for this whole project is to just build this community where together we can really reach out, promote kindness, and encourage other people to make it a default setting to be kind and to help other people and to just be that person that can be relied on. And a lot of people I know, they do kindness with like this expectation to get something in return. It doesn't work like that. So even if you've helped a person 100 times, 100 times, 100 times, and they don't really do the same back, you can, by all means, walk away, especially if it's toxic, walk away, but don't punish that person. Like, if they ask for help, you go, no, I'm not helping you because you don't do this, that, the other. be the bigger person. Always be the bigger person and always be helpful. But yeah, let's just spread kindness together and be positive, help one another, embrace it. I saw this post saying about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we were all going on about being kind and respectful and this and that and the other after the sad passing of Caroline Flack. But now it seems everybody's taking this screw you and look out for number one approach because of coronavirus. I personally don't think there are people who are stockpiling their homes necessarily. I think it is people out to make a buck. And I think if we see people who are doing that and are making deals with supermarkets to buy their deliveries outright, we need to put a stop to it, because there are vulnerable people who need the things that are not available on the supermarket shops. I've seen so many pictures of elderly people walking up being confused because there's no food on the shelves, and then panicking because they don't know how they're going to get their toilet rolls, they don't know how they're going to get their pasta, they don't know how they're going to get this. I'm obviously self-isolating. I can't go to supermarkets at the moment, so I've got to rely on the kindness of my friends and family to get it for me, or do a home delivery. Now, I went to go and do a home delivery the other day, and I couldn't get any delivery slots. I think this was Saturday. I looked, and I got as far as Thursday, and I couldn't. There was nothing, absolutely nothing at any day at all. So I've got a good mind tomorrow to just sort of look up delivery slots for the end of the week, so when the food that I've currently got runs out, I've got a delivery coming in. But there is nothing immediate, so if you have to go into isolation and you haven't been shopping like me, you've got to rely on your friends and family. And if then there is no toilet roll that they can find, you're a little bit screwed because being in isolation, you do actually use more toilet roll, oddly, because you're drinking a lot of water because you're not very well, so you're obviously going to the toilet more, so you've got that usage. But then you've also got the fact that every single time you go to the toilet, you're not like in a cafe or in a park or something like that, because most days you're elsewhere going to the toilet. You only probably go to the loo in your own house a couple of times a day, maybe, if that. So obviously there's more usage that way. But you've got a cold, so you're wiping runny noses. With me, I've got a baby Blue, gets very upset, so she starts crying, so I've got tears to wipe up. Lots of spillages going on as well, being at home, so lots of spillages to wipe up and stuff like this. And there's loads of little things, like if you cut yourself, you've got, like, you usually put tissue on it, don't you, or something like that before you put the plaster on it. So it's just lots of little things, and I've come up with a solution. I've got a lot of face cloths made by my friend Kirsty, and I've been using them for everything but toilet usage because I just can't bring myself to do that. So but stuff like coughing and sneezing and wiping tears and wiping stuff off faces and wiping up messes, and I've even been using them for cleaning, and they've come in real handy, and I've got so many that it's actually working a treat, and I've reduced the amount of toilet roll we're using, so that is fantastic. I haven't got any kitchen roll because I would ordinarily use kitchen roll for wipages, but yeah, it's saving on supplies, let's say. So I do recommend it if you want to go and check her out. She's Tiny Human UK on Instagram, and they're incredibly good quality as well. I do really recommend them. Anyway, I've got baby Blue fast asleep on me. She's just woken up, so we're going to go to bed, get some rest, and get ready for day 3 of isolation. Stay safe, stay well, listen to what people are saying, don't panic, but be sensible, because it is worse than you think, but it probably isn't bad as the worst case scenario. Okay, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.